This is Politically Erect. My name is Mike Graham, and when I hear that we're going behind the scenes of Michigan's Greens, I'm politically erect. I went to a Rolling Bowl, the first marijuana event, and everyone was getting high and trading stuff and selling stuff, and some people were bowling. And the ones that did, they might have got a gutter ball, but they all still cheered. And they rolled a second gutter ball, and they all still cheered because they were legally high at the bowling alley. Not in the middle of the night either. I am less an activist in medical marijuana than a patient advocate for medical marijuana. Whenever I talk to people about sensitive secrets, I tell them that you can trust me to keep you as the source anonymous. I'm more interested in the info. I would never, for example, let my patients patronize a head shop like BDT's or the Station. Grandmothers with cancer don't like buying papers from a skinhead or a guy with a mohawk or a woman with visible nipples. I'd like to see her at the government pot store I proposed as part of the new medical marijuana plan. We can call the chain something fun like Giggities. In a recent British House of Commons, Gordon Brown, the United Kingdom Prime Minister from 2007 to 2010, spoke of a media czar similar to my medical marijuana czar to gain some headway and control in the Rupert Murdoch scandal. And over on this side of the pond, I would say this is the first time I suggest that the government do the hijacking, not vice versa. I'm in complete agreement with the Prime Minister, Brown, that something major has to be done, and you can cry about bureaucracies all you want. When it comes to scams, you just can't ask anyone. You can't ask a lawyer because they're behind some of them. Who do you think comes up with these elaborate deals? Well, if you want to know, who do you ask? I say the public. Read the reviews online. Clarence DUI Charist, attorney. Stoners don't read the breadth of media I do to uncover the secrets of the players in this movement, like attorney discipline notices. But once someone's lost their credibility because of something like that, they shouldn't be practicing anymore. The worst offender by far I've met was Jay Van Dyke. Jay was a felon arrested for fraud associated with his company, Rings and Things. He sold fake franchises, bilking investors out of millions of dollars down south. After serving time, he popped up in medical marijuana and now runs the AMMA, the American Medical Marijuana Association / Hazel Park Compassion Club dispensary. They sell weed while a doctor next door does certs. They break contracts and don't pay their employees, and guess what I'm most worried about with Jay Van Dyke and his accomplice Donna? That he will again begin a franchise scam with medical marijuana patients as the marks this time. Avoid the AMMA at all costs, patients. These dispensaries count on you being an uninformed user. If it smells good and looks good and gets you a little high, great. But these are the questions you should be asking. Where is this pot from? Michigan, California, Kentucky? Who grew it? Organically or with pesticides? Was it tumbled or hand trimmed? How long ago was it harvested? Is it hybrid or solid strain? What is the THC percentage? What is the cannabinoid percentage? Sativa, indica, or mix? Well, 420 into this, and antithetically, the most uncelebrated part of any stoner's day would have to be hearing the expression, the MMA. A grow school called the Medical Marijuana Academy, which supposedly is out of Commerce Township. This particular group has been known to impersonate the Fraternal Order of Police to intimidate people that interfere with their criminal operations. A police report was attempted to be filed about them, but refused by both Southfield and Dearborn police, who lazily tried to pass the buck. It also illustrates why individuals won't contact the police. The cops don't care. Another real shady character was Tom French. He is a promoter supposedly for a home and garden show and promised a 20,000 gate for his most recent event at the Suburban Center in Novi, when in fact I told him there was no way he was getting more than 3,000 people without medicating, a celebrity, or some kind of draw. Turns out I was right, 3,000 people. And it was a mess because his vendors were fighting over the doctors that he brought in when he had doctors there to do certs, stepping on toes. And then when he got raided, I frankly couldn't have been happier. Who deserves it more? Dearborn's Compassion Club. A lot of these compassion clubs act as fronts for possible traffickers and others. I remember AJ from Dearborn was rumored to be selling medicine with known diseases, in this case spider mites. And why not? I'm not their fucking doctor, he'd say. Easy to pass the buck. Alternative Pain Management has come up with a wonderful scam down in Monroe area. It's money laundering. You get free matched value of medication with the purchase of cuckoo clocks and other knickknacks that probably have very little value. And the funny thing is, when I warn certain people, to stay away from others, I don't get any respect. I warned Dom from Bazanzo's dispensary that he had cards from a suspect business he was promoting, and he responded, I don't appreciate you coming in here and telling me who to be in business with. You know what? That's typically what somebody hiding something says. They turn the tables and shift the focus, just like Republicans. I found out later what it was. They're partners. To paraphrase The Simpsons, some elephants, like humans, are just jerks. And here's a bunch more. These are people that, when I was trying to build the calendar, totally breached contract with me, and I'm going to probably sue every one of them. Tri-City Medical Centers, Chronic Certification, BDTs, the Michigan Medical Marijuana Certification Centers, Marijuana for Life, Backroom Obsessions, and Dr. Crocker in Kalamazoo. You shouldn't mess with me. I grew up in court. That's my playground. This is Mike Grant, copyright Artichoke Down, MMXI, for Politically Erect. If you don't like your name being mentioned, too bad. You made yourself a public figure. Get ready for the arrows. And if you're wondering what you can do back to me, I'm a guy with a disposable cell phone.